Okay, so let's dive into the stack of sources we have here. We're focusing on an excerpt from USA Today, June 6, 2025.
Right.
And the idea is to pull out the key things happening that day, across politics, world news, safety, even sports and culture.
hmm
Just the essential nuggets, really, so you get a good, quick understanding of that particular moment.
Yeah, it's always interesting, isn't it, how much can be packed into just one day's reporting.
Totally.
You look at this and you see policy moves, global stuff, big wins, cultural events, all happening at once.
Exactly. So let's kick things off with the political side mentioned here.
Good.
A pretty major item seems to be a new travel ban signed by President Trump.
Yeah, the report says it bars citizens from 12 specific countries.
And it was happening fast, too, set to take effect, what, the following Monday?
Right, really quick. And, what jumps out immediately in the report is the reaction.
Okay.
It mentions that the governments of those affected countries were scrambling, basically, seeking urgent clarity on what it all meant.
Yeah.
Which, that tells you something, doesn't it? About how sudden it was, or maybe how unclear the immediate impact was. That scramble for info is significant.
Yeah, that makes sense. That need for clarity really highlights the ripple effects, the immediate disruption something like this causes.
hmm
Okay, so shifting from that kind of domestic policy with global reach, let's talk direct international stuff. There's also mention of a phone call, President Trump and China's Xi Jinping.
Right. And the stated reason. Tackling those escalating trade tensions.
Okay, trade tensions. That's been a big theme.
Exactly. So if you see a call like this happening at that level, specifically to address escalating tensions, the source implies it could signal, maybe a step towards easing things, a potential thaw in the tariff disputes.
And any move towards easing U.S.-China trade friction is always a pretty big deal globally, right? Given their economies.
Oh, absolutely. It impacts, well, pretty much everyone. So yeah, definitely significant if that's the direction things were heading.
Okay. Moving from trade now to security. The report also touches on defense spending. It mentions the U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth urging NATO allies.
Yeah, urging them to agree on a new defense spending deal.
And the reasoning given.
Well, the report frames it specifically around collective security, emphasizing that allies need to increase their contributions for the good of the whole alliance.
So reinforcing that idea of shared responsibility for defense.
Exactly. It's presented as being about strengthening the collective, highlighting that ongoing focus within NATO on, well, resources and commitment.
Gotcha. Okay, let's switch gears completely for a moment. Something different captured in this snapshot, a big sports achievement.
Yes. Team USA's hockey team.
What do they do? The report calls it a historic victory.
Historic is right. They apparently ended a 92-year gold medal drought in international competition. 92 years.
Wow, okay. That is historic. A very long wait.
Definitely. And the report says it's being hailed, understandably, as a really significant moment in American sports history. It's a good reminder that amidst all the politics and economics, these kinds of national achievements really resonate.
Yeah, absolutely. 92 years. That's incredible. Okay, one last piece from this day's news wrap-up. It points towards an upcoming cultural event.
The 46th News and Documentary Emmy Awards.
Right, so focused on recognizing what? Excellence in American news and docs.
Exactly that. Honoring top work in news and documentary programming. And the report just gives the logistics set to happen later that month, June 25th and 26th, in New York City.
Okay, so it kind of highlights the value placed on, quality information and storytelling.
Yeah, recognizing the work that goes into that.
So when you step back and look at this single day, June 6th, 2025, through this report, you've got this new travel ban causing immediate questions. You've got leaders talking trade, a push for more defense spending, this incredible long-awaited sports win, and upcoming awards for journalism.
Quite a mix.
It really is. How do all these different threads, politics, economic security, sports, culture, how do they kind of weave together? I mean, what does this mix tell you about the different forces, the pressures, the triumphs, just shaping that one moment in time? It makes you think about how all these seemingly separate things are actually happening concurrently, influencing the national and even global mood, doesn't it? Something to chew on.